Honorable Orville London was today sworn in as Chief Secretary of the Tobago House of Assembly for the 4th consecutive term at the 9th inauguration of the Tobago House of Assembly. Also being sworn in with the other 11 assemblymen, as well as a new presiding officer, deputy presiding officer, a deputy chief secretary, a leader of assembly business, in addition to 3 councillors. It is the first time in the history of the THA that the minority seat stands vacant after the People's National Movement made a clean sweep at last Monday's elections. More from Beverly Edwards.
Young and experienced secretaries of the PNM, led by Mr. Orville London, were sworn in during the 9th term of the inauguration of the Tobago House of Assembly. Specially invited guests included Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, the Honorable Kamala Persad-Bissessar, Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Wade Mark, Opposition Leader Dr. Keith Rowley, and Mr. Colm Imber, PNM parliamentarian and leader of the Platform of Truth, Mr. Huchoy Charles. Former and current ministers of Tobago Development, Mrs. Vernella Aline Tappin and Dr. Delmon Baker were also present. After all protocols were observed, the representatives were sworn in by President George Maxwell Richards. First to take his oath of office was the Honorable Orville London, who was elected Chief Secretary for the 4th consecutive term.
I, Orville London, having been elected an assemblyman for Tobago, do swear by Almighty God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago, will uphold the Constitution and the law, and will conscientiously and impartially discharge the duties and responsibilities of assemblyman that I am now about to assume.
Mrs. Tracy Davidson Celestine created history when she was elected Deputy Chief Secretary. Mrs. Claudia Groom-Duke was appointed leader of Assembly Business, while Dr. Denise Soy-Afat Angus was sworn in as councillor. Mr. Gary Melville was also sworn in as a councillor. Mr. Joel Jack, Mr. Handel Beckles, Mr. Ansel Dennis, Sheldon Cunningham, Mr. Hayden Spencer, Mr. Jomo Pitt, Mr. Huey Cadet, Godwin Adams, and Mr. Hilton Sandy. Replacing Mrs. Ann Mitchell Gift as presiding officer is Mr. Kelvin Charles.
I, Kelvin Charles, having been elected presiding officer of the Tobago House of Assembly, do swear by Almighty God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to Trinidad and Tobago, and will uphold the Constitution and the law, that I will conscientiously, impartially, and to the best of my knowledge, judgment, and ability, discharge the functions of my office.
Mr. Dean Isaac was sworn in as councillor and given the portfolio of Deputy Presiding Officer. Beverly Edwards, Channel 5 News.